many of you tell yourselves that you're too old? I have to laugh when someone tells me that they're too old to change because at 76, I am still at it. I'm running 4 companies. I have employees. I'm learning AI and I keep learning new things every day. And so really, we're never too old. But I think that society tells us how old we are. I think we believe what society tells us instead of feeling how we feel. I've talked to a lot of people who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and beside the physical decline, their mental clarity, their ability to laugh and to share their wisdom is better than ever. But why do many people who are older begin to think they're decrepit? Because if you think you're decrepit, then you certainly will decrepit. I really can take a look at when I was in my 50s, which was over 26 years ago, and I was really sick. I felt older and looked older than I do today. And you couldn't have told me that I would be in my age having such vitality. I go to Pilates every day. I walk. I do all sorts of things to stay healthy. I eat healthy. My health collapsed when I was in my 50s because I pushed and I pushed. And finally, my body said, stop. I'm not doing anymore. I'm not going anymore. And there I was sick. And I literally, my body broke down. And for 2 years, I really struggled to try to get my health back. And it wasn't like anything like cancer or anything like that. It was just my body said stop. And so everything, all kind of chronic conditions showed up and I had to deal with them. I thought that it was the end of my world. Okay, I'm 50 years old, my health is broken down, and my world is over, as I knew it. But you know what happened is one day, I remember I was at the doctor's office, and I did have a pre-cancer diagnosis. And I sat there and I said, I am putting a stake in the ground. I am going to fight back and I'm going to regain my health. And that's what I did. I regained my health by fighting back and started taking measures like I became a vegetarian. I started to meditate. I started to do a lot of things. The other day, a friend of mine, we're the same age, and she asked me, she said, my husband and I were talking about you and we're saying, what's going on with you? Because she's knew me back in the 50s when I was in my 50s. And my health had broken down. She says, you're getting younger and we're all getting older. What's wrong? And the first thing I told her is I said, it starts here. So we are as old as we believe we are. And I've done a lot of study and I've done a lot of research, and it does tell us that we can indeed re-engineer our age. You know, the holidays come and our wind can be knocked out of us because there's so much to do. I'm actually sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working. I'm not going to finish working, I think, until 9 o'clock tonight. Started at 4. And, you know, I'm 76, right? And I'm still working. I'm here. I'm recording this video. And I pulled out all of my Christmas decorations. And I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to put up any Christmas decorations at the level of work that I'm doing right now. But I'm sure it'll be done. My son is going to be coming from New Jersey. My fiance is going to be coming. It's his birthday weekend. And so we will be very busy and life is in session. So growth doesn't retire. I always say I will keep learning and I will keep growing until the end. That's when they throw dirt in my face. I want to speak plainly. Lawyers are the ones who are good at not taking care of their health. But I'm here and I'm on a mission to say, don't wait until, like I did, where it all breaks down and then you have to start from square one. So there are little things that you can do to start watching your health. The first thing is that just a small thing about drinking water every day. So if you drink water, our bodies are made of, I think, at least 75% water. And so if you keep yourself hydrated, and your brain is primarily water. So if you keep yourself hydrated, guess what you're giving your body? You're giving it life just with water. It's free, it's inexpensive, and all it takes is time and patience and making sure you have water nearby and planning and drinking water. I can find myself all day and I'm not drinking water all day, but try to keep a bottle of water near you and then just keep drinking water all day. The other thing you can do is try to get a good rest. When I finish work tonight, I will go to bed. I won't dally. I try to do those things to make sure that I get rest and eat healthy. And the holidays are a time when people get so sick because they're eating all kinds of junk foods. Somehow or another, I don't know how I did it. I managed to say I'm not going to be on junk foods going through this holiday season. Last year, I gained 5 pounds. I never did lose it. So now I'm taking the bull by the horns and I'm not going to have junk foods because it's like doing a disservice to my body and it's doing a disservice to my health. What are you you going to do to protect your health? What are you going to do to reverse the aging process? Are you going to just go along with the crowd and say, oh, okay, I'm old now, and then I'm going to go sit in a rocking chair? Or because when you do those things, you do indeed get old. That's why like a lot of people retire, and then a few years later, they're gone. So really stay active, keep your mind active. One other thing that I do is I have been taking Portuguese for ages on Duolingo. And I do that it takes me 10 or 15 minutes every night, but it is so worth it to exercise my brain power and learn something new every single night. Try to learn something every single day, and you will be surprised at how things will turn around for you. Subscribe to the channel because we're talking about reversing the aging process, about being healthy and having the kind of life that you want to have and not allowing society to say that you're too old. Subscribe, and I will see you later.